friends, I'm back today with a video on a brand that I have not had a chance to try before, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. So this is an indie brand. This is Libellula. Oh, I hope I'm saying it right. Libellula. I'm so sorry. And my husband keeps calling it Libellula. All day he's been messing with me because I've been trying to practice saying this in my mind, and he's just like throwing out random words just to mess with me here. Next thing we know, it's gonna be like pastrami, licorice, who knows. In any case, I had not tried this brand before, but I had seen them on Instagram and I was really interested in giving them a shot. So this is what I believe is called their ice palette. Now it's not actually like listed on the palette, but I'm pretty sure when I saw it, it was the fire and then the ice palette because I got one of each of them. Now this palette is only $20, which is a steal in my opinion. I've got to say I have actually talked to the brand a few times and they are very kind. This was not sent to me, I did purchase it. But from their interactions that I've had, they seemed very friendly. This is the packaging, and I think it is super cute. It's perfect for this time of the year. I definitely really like the whole vibe that is going on here. The actual sleeve matches it. I just have it off right now. This is a cruelty-free palette. The ingredients on their backside, so thank you for that. I really appreciate that. When you open it up, this is the color story. Now, this is a very winter-appropriate color story. There are only 2 mattes, but as a person who has a huge matte collection, I'm not necessarily upset about this. The white is kind of a great base. I wouldn't say it's super pigmented necessarily. It does work nicely, but then this shade right here surprisingly builds up really well. Now, if you have deep skin, I don't know if this will show up for you. I'd be really curious to see what swatches would look like, but do I think that they could have added a deeper shade to make this inclusive for everyone? Yes. 100% I think that would have made this a perfect palette for this time of the year. Now, we do have some shades that are kind of shimmer to metallic and one kind of duochromatic shade here. I would love in the future maybe to see them add like a multi-chrome, maybe switch out some of the shimmer shades that are kind of similar for a multi-chrome, because I feel like every palette should have a multi-chrome. But in all, I do think this is a really nice palette. The price is extremely good for what you're getting here, and the quality is definitely there. It's definitely a very easy to use palette. You're not going to get a whole bunch of different looks out of it, but if you are looking for a really nice winter palette that is affordable, that is going to be good quality, I don't think that you're going to be let down by this. However, if you have deeper skin, you may have to pull from something else just to get any kind of depth. Like I only use 2 matte shades for this look. So if you're like me and you kind of like to do something simple sometimes, it may work out, but I don't know for sure. Also, I just want to let you know that this shipped extremely quickly and it was well packaged. I am very happy about that because I know especially this time of the year things can get kind of crazy, but it was actually extremely fast. Also, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, probably not on camera before. This is my Don't Be a Richard sweatshirt, which I used to have a t-shirt store. You guys don't know this, well, probably don't know this. I used to have like a t-shirt store and like a little craft store that I used to have open, but I don't have it open anymore. Anyway, this was actually a shirt that I had made a few years ago, and I thought it was so funny because there's this brand called Hippie that actually sells these, and this was already 60% off. I do have an affiliated coupon code with them. It is Jaclyntriesit, all one word. So you can save an additional 10% and get free shipping over a certain amount. And let me just tell you, everything I've gotten has been fantastic. I really love it. I have a whole bunch of Christmas shirts right now, and I'll pop up some pictures so you can check them out. If you love Christmas, if you love holidays, if you love funny, kitschy shirts, if you like mugs, all of that kind of stuff, definitely check them out. I've been really happy with them. And sorry, I was wearing this and it made me think of it because I was like, I've been slumming it in this sweatshirt for a few days. Does anybody else do that where they like, you know, wear something off and on and they're like, just don't judge me. I don't care. I'm at home. I'm a bum, whatever. So this is me living my best bum life and saying, don't be a Richard. I loved this thing. And with all that being said, I'll be back at the very end with my final thoughts. Okay, so the very first thing I did was I took the shade Opal and I put it into my brow arch. Then I took the shade Ice and I worked it pretty much all over my whole eye area and underneath. Then I took the shade Glow and I put it into my crease and I blew it out. I did the same with my lower lash line. I took the shade Crystal and I put it into my outer V and worked it towards the center of my eye. I also put this on my lower lash line as well. Then I took the shade Peaceful and I put it all over my lid. Then I followed that up with the shade Glitter in the very corner of my eye. All right, I am back, you guys. I want to give you my final thoughts. I think my desk is shaking, so I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with that. Let's just ignore it. So the palette that we were talking about today is the Ice palette from Libellula. I'm so sorry. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I practiced it. I really did. And this is the packaging for it, which I think is beautiful. The sleeve actually matches. I just have it off to the side. I think it's great for this time of the year. The only thing I actually noticed later was that there's dragonflies on it, and you have to get pretty close to notice them. I didn't necessarily hate it, but I was kind of confused by it because the rest of it's so like ice and snowflakey in my mind. So I was just like, dragonfly. But it's fine. It doesn't look terrible. I think it actually is kind of not super noticeable. It does add to the layers that are going on here. It is a cruelty-free palette. The ingredients are on the backside. I appreciate that. Let's talk about the inside. So when you open it up, this is the color story. It is definitely perfect for this time of the year. I feel like for winter, if you were looking for something frosty, look no further. This is definitely a really good choice for that. There are only 2 matte shades in here. I'm not necessarily let down by that because your girl has a massive matte collection. It's not super high on my priority list, to be honest. But this, I would say, is more of a base type of shade. It's not super opaque, so if you're expecting that, it's not gonna, well, I mean, you could probably build it up. You know what? I didn't try to like build it up. I just, okay. I didn't try to build it up. Maybe it would be. Now this one I can tell you does build up really, really well. And I was surprised how deep it got on the eye area, but I will say this, if you have deep skin, I do not think that this is gonna be enough like shadow wise for you to do a full look if you like more depth. That would be my feedback. In the future, I would love to see a more inclusive type of palette where everybody can use it. And I would love to see the inclusion of maybe a few different types of textures, like maybe throw a multi-chrome in there. I would love, like, to me, this would be absolute perfection with a multi-chrome and a deep shade. So let's talk about the rest. There's some shimmers, there's some metallics, there's a duochrome. Shimmers perform very nicely. The metallics are beautiful. And then the duochrome that's in here is actually really nice, and I've got it all over my lid right now. I think that if you're looking for an affordable palette, because this is only $20, you should look no further. The shipping is good. The customer service is great. I honestly had a really good experience. Definitely a company I'm going to keep a lookout for, because I like to see those things. People that are open to different kinds of comments. And they were. I have been doing little shorts where I talk about things that are coming out, and I did speak on this a little bit, and the brand reached out and we talked a little bit, and they were really cool about stuff. And I love a brand that is genuinely open to hearing what is being said as feedback, and they seemed to. And they weren't like, oh, like defensive about it. They were really cool. So I appreciate that. I think that there's going to be good things coming from this brand. The quality is here. The pricing is like beyond phenomenal. This same formula, I swear, okay, this is what I think. I think that this same formula is the one that you get from like Sugar Drizzle or It's Belle or Indie Beat, all of those. I feel like this is probably made in the PRC, which I'm completely fine with, obviously. You guys already know. It just doesn't have any of the multi-chromes in here. And this pricing is extremely affordable. So if you enjoy those brands and you like those textures, you're really going to enjoy this as well, in my opinion. In any case, I really hope that this video was helpful to you guys. If it was, I would love to have you here as a subscriber. I'm also over on TikTok and Instagram. It's at Jaclyntriesit. That was really weird, but how you doing? And I hope that everybody is staying safe and healthy and having a great holiday, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.